Welcome to another Transformers Generations Fall of Cybertron review. This time we're looking at the awesome deluxe class Starscream figure. Now this is a figure that a lot of people demanded for, especially when War for Cybertron came out. And we only got 4 figures of that line, and Starscream being really cool design. A lot of people were kind of sad to have never got the figure for that. But then with Fall of Cybertron coming out, and them and Hasbro saying that they're going to be releasing a whole lot more Fall of Cybertron figures than just 4. Starscream was one of them, and that made a lot of people real happy. And here he is in his jet mode, and it's kind of inspired by his War Within design. Also, it kind of, which is also kind of what his Cybertron. The Cybertron TV series form was based on, where it has a very angular wings look, and the 2 wings in the back meet at the top to form a triangle, and just overall it just looks really nice. You can't have the Gatling guns here underneath the wings, but I prefer to leave them off, even though it doesn't look too bad. It just makes it look a little bit more sleek, especially with how big those guns are. It just really makes it look a little bit too bulky. But there he is, and he does have a little bit of an interior design inside the cockpit. You can see a seat, little tiny seat, really neat there. No landing gear. Like most of the Fall of Cybertron figures, the jets don't have any landing gear, which is okay. It does have the thrusters there in the back, Decepticon symbols on top of the wings, nice shades of red, gray. Even the gray, even though it's just molded standard gray, it has a nice little sheen to it, which is a good little change up. It just doesn't look as dull as you imagine me for a mostly gray figure. You can see pretty much the whole robot underneath the jet, though. It's not a bad figure at all. I really like it. The transformation is incredibly simple. Just going to pop out the legs here and kind of fold out the feet, and then bring in the nose cone there, and feet are done. I'm just going to bring the camera up a little bit more. Then I'm going to bring out the robot arms. This whole thing will kind of fold down, and this piece I always have a little bit more difficulty with getting it positioned just right, especially this double hinged section here. There we go. It's real stiff, but once you get it in, you know you got it right. Fold the arms around like so. Place these bits back. I like to have the arms like this just to give it a more natural curl to it. And there is Starscream in robot mode, and for such a simple little transformation, it is very effective. Pictures that were shown of this guy back in BotCon, I believe, made just without really knowing how it transformed and how effective, like how accurate it looks in both jet and robot mode, just made it feel like it was a kind of a complicated transformation, and it's actually a pretty welcome surprise to see it fairly simple, because it doesn't feel, it's still pretty fun, though getting that little double hinge to work properly is kind of a pain in the ass, but yep, here he is in robot mode. Points of articulation, he does have a standard swivel at the neck, a swivel and a hinge here at the shoulder, double elbow joint thanks to the transformation with a wrist swivel, no waist, a hinged hip with mid-thigh swivel, real stiff standard knee, and a little bit of foot articulation. So it's fairly standard as far as articulation goes, so you can't really get anything too intricate, but with the thanks to double elbows you can get something really cool there. As far as weapons, you can have him either holding each gun like this, which is something Starscream never did, or I guess this will be a point to kind of have it like how he's packaged right there. You can also have them pegged into his arms like that, but that's the wrong way because you can see the hollow bits like so. Kind of going for a more classic Null Ray Cannon look, even though it should be more on his shoulders, but you can do that, or you can combine his weapons and it'll form a double-barreled Gatling gun turret thing, which again you can either hold like this on the sides like this, or have it pegged into his forearm. I don't even really say this figure has any drawbacks. Maybe if you desire a more in-depth, complicated transformation, then that could be a drawback, but I don't really care about that much, as long as it's fun, which it is. I would say as of right now, this is pretty much the perfect Fall of Cybertron figure. I don't have really any major complaints, except maybe the articulation could really be a little bit better, but still I'm not a big fan of like super articulated figures anyway. Just as long as they look good, I'm a fan of. So yeah, he looks great in both modes. Simple and fun and effective transformation. I think this is a 10 out of 10 figure. Definitely a buy for any Transformers fan. I would recommend, especially Starscream fans. Oh, and especially of course of the game, because the game is awesome. Alright, until next time, thank you for watching.